Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. It's so good to see all of you. I hope you're doing really well, and I hope you are here to learn some information about being a better rideshare driver. So in today's video, we are going over 10 tips on how to be the best rideshare driver. It's really 10 tips for new drivers. So if you're a new driver or even experienced one, this could be a great refresher. And I've been I signed up to be an Uber and a Lyft driver. It's almost 3 to 4 years ago now. So I have a ton of experience. I've talked to a lot of drivers, and if I was telling my friend, if they were thinking about signing up or if they're new to being an Uber or a Lyft driver, this is exactly what I would tell them. So you came to the right place. So the very first tip, this is the first one. If you listen to any of them, please listen to this one, but it's use a used car. And I'm not talking about a car that's 1 year old or 2 years old. I'm talking about use a car that's at least 5 years old. I would recommend this because the thing is about driving for rideshare is you're gonna put a lot of miles on your car. And that's important for two main reasons. One is depreciation. Your car is going to depreciate in value for every single mile you put on your car. If you have a car that only has 5,000 miles on it, or worse, a brand new car, and you put on 30, 40, 50,000 miles in 1 year driving rideshare, some people put on like 80,000 miles a year. It's crazy. Driving rideshare, your car's gonna depreciate like in half. It's not good to use a used car or to use a new car. So use a used car that already has 80,000 miles on it, 100,000 miles on it. Put on another 50,000. It's not gonna depreciate as much in value. Now, I don't recommend going out and getting an absolute junker of a car, so you wanna get somewhere right in the middle. For me, the car that I use, it's a 2011 actually, and it still drives great. I have 160,000 miles on it, and yeah, I'm probably once it gets to 200, 220, it's probably gonna start breaking down. So if you have a car that's around 100,000 miles on it, that's probably the best type of car you can get. And number two is wear and tear. Driving a car, a newer car, you might be incentivized. You might think, oh, well, I'll get a new car because it's not going to break down as much. Well, that's why you want to get a used car that, again, doesn't have a ton of miles on it, still has a long lifetime left. So somewhere in the middle. And try to get a car that is one of the main brands like Honda, Toyota, Ford, because these cars are very cheap to maintain. Their car parts are very cheap. Don't go out and get a used BMW or a used Mercedes, because when those break down, it's gonna cost you a ton of money to fix. Okay, this second one, this is Play Octopus. I highly recommend every single driver to go and apply for Play Octopus. We have a link down below. Play Octopus is a tablet that you can put on the back seat headrest of your car, and your passengers play games on it. You can earn up to $100 extra per month. It's super plain and simple. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Check it out below if you'd like. I've used it. My passengers love it. They play games on there. It's helped me get more tips as well. They think I'm actually the one who installed it. You know, usually they go in there, I love how you have a tablet back here, blah, blah, blah. Throw you an extra $5. I can tell you're an awesome driver. You really care about your job. Yeah, it's great for drunk passengers. It's mostly great for drunk passengers, I'll be honest. And I mean, not only drunk, but like people who are more like lively, like sociable people. Obviously the people going to work, they don't want to play, but also you can dim it down. I actually always have mine dimmed down and the sound off, so it's like not in your face. You get in there and it's like a very small symbol that says tap to play, and they can, but if not, it's not gonna bother them. That's why I love it. So Play Octopus. Number three is start driving early every day. This is super important because it's really tempting to be like, oh, I can drive whenever I want. I'm gonna drive at noon today. And then noon comes around and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have some lunch, then I'm gonna drive after that. All of a sudden it's 3, 4 p.m. and you're like, shoot, I haven't done any rides today. I gotta make my $100 goal or whatever your goal is for the day. And you're out driving till midnight, you know, on a Tuesday, and there's no rides. So that's why I recommend driving early, starting early if you can. I'm talking about getting up at 4 or 5 a.m., getting those early airport rides, and you hit rush hour traffic. By 9 a.m., you might already hit your goal of $100, and you can decide, oh, you know, because usually around 10 it starts slowing down a little bit for lunch, and up until like 3. 10 to 3 is like the slow hours during the week. And you might think, oh, you know, I'll just go chill, take a nap. What I did, I actually had another job during that time. So I would work in the morning, then I'd go to my job at 11:30, and then work that other job till 3:30, and then I'll go back and drive again. So, but you can do what you want. I do recommend, if you can, start driving early, because you're gonna start making more money. You'll notice it starts adding up a lot easier. If you can get $100 before 10 a.m., you know, then maybe, oh, I'll do rush hour traffic in the evening. You gotta make another $100. You're hitting at $200 a day. It's pretty good. Okay, number 4 is make a goal for the week. Whatever you have in mind, whatever your expenses are, whatever, how much your rent is, calculate how much your rent is, your food costs. Maybe you're saving up for something. Maybe you're trying to pay off a credit card. Maybe you're trying to save up down payment for a house. Make a weekly goal. If it's $1,000 a week, awesome, that's a great goal. That's $52,000 per year, right? Obviously you have some expenses, so keep that in mind too. Maybe your goal is $1,200 a month, so you can net $1,000 or $1,200 a week. So you can net $1,000, $200 on gas, whatever it is, whatever it costs. And try to keep your gas expenses low as well. So try not to be driving around all the time in between rides. Try to, you know, do a ride, park, wait for the next ride, you know, finish, park, wait for the next one. Try not to spend a lot of money on food, which I'll get into in a minute here. But number 5, make multiple music playlists. I know whoever you're watching this, Kevin, Beatrice, whatever, I know you love Screamo music. I know that's all you listen to. You only want to listen to Screamo music. Your passengers get in, you're playing Screamo music all day long. Not a great idea. Why? Because your passengers probably don't like Screamo music. What do you want? I want a few different playlists. Number 1 I recommend is having a chill playlist, like a chill acoustic playlist, something like Mumford & Sons, Of Monsters and Men. Who else? Lumineers, kind of like chill acoustic music. This is the music you're gonna be playing mostly throughout the day. You don't wanna be playing heavy hip hop, heavy, I get in a lot of Ubers and they're like blasting like, you know, some really offensive song, and it's like, bro, I don't want to listen to like some dude cussing out somebody you're talking about. I'm just a rapper getting all these B words. I'm like, bro, I'm going to a meeting. I don't want to be in this headspace. Like something chill. You play like, have a Frank Sinatra style music for your older crowd. You want to like mostly play really calming, chill music. I know you drink your Red Bulls. You're really excited to be driving. You want to be racing around all day. Your passengers don't. They get in. The last thing they want to do is have super loud music. Unless it's at night, then that's why you want to have your party playlists and stuff. Obviously, it's fun to play party music. So I'd say have a few different playlists. Oh, and then for your own sanity, make your own playlist. Make your Screamo playlist, that playlist that you love, because you're going to listen to those in between your rides, on the way to pick up your passenger. You're driving 10 minutes to go pick up your passenger. Yeah, you don't want to be listening to the same music because it's going to drive you insane. So listen to your own music. This is just a trick that I learned. So you play your own music that you like, then as soon as you get to your pickup location, change it back to the chill music. Okay, number 6. This is a mistake that I made at the very beginning, but this is a good tip, is don't worry about rushing to get a ride done, or don't worry about rushing to get to a pickup location. You're thinking, oh my gosh, if I just drive a little faster, if I just drive a little quicker, I'm gonna squeeze in more rides, I'm gonna make tons of more money. Theoretically, yeah, you might save a minute or two driving faster, but honestly, slow down, take your time. Your passengers, number 1, will appreciate it a lot because they're like, dang, this guy's actually a good driver. He's driving slowly and cautiously. I mean, don't drive too slow, drive the speed limit, but don't go on the freeway going 85. Your passengers are going to be like fearing for their lives. And another thing is you don't want to rack up tickets. You don't want to run the risk of getting pulled over, because as soon as you get a ticket that's $300 and all of a sudden your insurance goes up, it's like your whole work for that day and the day before, was just for nothing. You're now negative. So drive the speed limit. Cops will pull you over. Cops will give you tickets. They do not care that you're an Uber driver. They don't think you're above the law by any means. So yeah. Okay, tip number 7 is only drive part-time. This is a harsh reality I want to tell you guys. You don't want to be a full-time Uber driver. You don't want to be a full-time Lyft driver. This is not a career. This is not a job. Okay, I get it. You can drive full-time, but don't drive full-time like this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, or this is even what I'm going to do for a year. Like, if you're planning on driving full-time Uber and Lyft for a year, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're going to get extremely exhausted. Driving full-time 8-10 hours every single day, 5-6 days a week, you're going to be turning into a zombie. Your brain's going to turn into mush, because the thing is, you're driving, and it's not just chill driving like a road trip. At the end of a road trip, you're like, oh, I'm fine, I can drive all day. You have people coming in. It's an emotional roller coaster. You got some people in coming laughing, hanging out with you. Oh, Dylan, dude, I love you, man. Can't wait to see you out at the bars. Come out, come hang out, come have a drink with us. You're like, yeah, sure, I'll hang with you guys, and I'll text you, whatever, blah, blah. I'll hit you up on Instagram. And the next person, they come, hey, drive faster. Oh, you're driving horrible. I'm gonna rate you 1 star, blah, blah. The next person, complete silence. You're just sitting there awkwardly driving like crickets. And then the next person, they're on the phone, chatting up a storm, talking about their ex-wife, how, oh my God, I can't see my kids, and blah, blah. They start pouring your heart out to you. It's draining. It's really draining. So just doing that, and also like the money thing with your car, you're gonna rack up too many miles in your car, and you want to use this as a side hustle, as a supplemental income. It's great if you have a normal job. Let's say you have a job making 50 grand a year. Okay, drive Uber part-time, drive it on the weekends, make it an extra $10,000, $20,000 a year. Now all of a sudden you're going from making 50K a year to 60, 70K, maybe 80K a year. And I think that's the best way to approach this job. But I know there are full-time Uber drivers out there for whatever reason. I think it's great to drive full-time, like if you have to, but for a short amount of time. Like, let's say you, I don't know, you want to buy you want to go on a trip, or you want to buy a new car, or you want to pay your car off. That might be a great way. You have $5,000 left on your car payment, and you say, you know what? I'm just gonna drive until I can pay it off. I'm gonna drive every single day for 8 hours a day until I drive it off. I would say that's awesome. That's great for you. But if you're saying, I want to support my kids driving for Uber, I want to support my wife, and this is gonna be my, this is how I'm gonna make money for the next year, it's honestly not a great idea. Okay, sorry, I'm really adamant about that one. Number 8, don't feel the need to talk to every single rider. When you start driving, you're gonna think, oh my gosh, my pastor wants me to talk to him. My pastor, I need to get good ratings, good tips. I'm gonna talk the ear off. No. Really, really bad thought process, because a lot of times, I would say most of the time, 80% of the time, your pastor just wants to go from point A to point B. They don't want to have a great experience. They just want to get in, go on their phone, and go to their destination. They don't want to hear about how you got kidnapped in Morocco, okay? They don't care. I'm sorry. They don't care about your uncle who, got sick or whatever. They just don't care, bro. They're on their way. They're having a long day. They're Ubering, and so they don't have a car. They're getting a ride somewhere. They just want to have a smooth, safe, comfortable ride. That's maybe just say, hey, how are you? How's your day going? That's it. That's all you got to do. You don't got to say, oh, so what do you do for work? Hey, what brings you to town? When drivers ask me that, I'm like, oh, brother, please don't. I don't want to talk. And most pastors are the same exact way. Now, if a pastor is trying to talk to you a lot, usually I start off every ride the same. I say, hey, how's your day going? Hey, how are you? And, if they just say, oh, I'm fine, I say, great. let's get to your destination. And that's it. You drive in silence, man. You put on some chill music, like I was telling you. But if they say, oh, you know, my days, oh, blah, 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 I just did this, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 how about you, Yeah, then it's your great chance, then you talk to them. But you can get bad ratings for talking too much. Trust me, happens a lot. Okay, number 9, this one is huge. This one took me a while to realize it because I didn't realize it, but it's cook at home, bring snacks, and bring food. One of your biggest expenses, actually could be even more than gas, is food. If you're driving around, you're eating out all the time, you're going and you're spending 10 bucks on, you know, Chipotle in between your ride, then at the end of your shift, you're all going to Chick-fil-A and spend 15 bucks, you know, I'm getting, you know, chicken sandwich, I'm getting nuggets, I'm getting lemonade, then it's like, bro, if you're spending 20, 30 bucks a day eating out on food, that's cutting into your profits, man. If you make $100 in a day driving, you spend 20 bucks on gas and another 30 bucks on wear and tear in your car, because that is real, you will pay for it eventually, and then you put another $30 on your food, and you're after taxes, you're probably making $0, bro. So please, for the love of God, cook at home. Eat before you, it's not that hard. What you do is you make a meal before you go out. There's one meal, you bring, you pack lunch. Yeah, we're doing that. We're going back to grade school. You put it in a cooler, pack a PB&J, pack a lunch meat sandwich, bring some chips, bring, you know, some power bars, whatever. That's your meal you do out. That's your meal you eat while you're out. And then your third meal, wait for it, guess, you eat when you get home. I'm sorry this is harsh advice, but trust me, I spent months eating out every day, and I was like, why am I not making that much money? I was like, oh shoot, I looked at my expenses, because I wasn't looking at my credit card bills. I was just like, you know, I'll make enough money, it'll all work out. No, I had to start tracking my expenses. And once I started bringing snacks, I started making way more money because I was, you know, making more profit. Okay, number 10, this is really important to any new driver, is use both Uber and Lyft. You totally can be signed onto both. It's pretty easy. I've had tons of times where I'm sitting waiting 20 minutes for a ride. If you have both apps open, that will cut that time down statistically about in half. So instead of waiting 20 minutes for a ride, you only wait 10 minutes for a ride. Why? Because you got passengers requesting on both apps, and you'll be more likely to get a ride. As soon as you get a ride request on one, click accept, go to the other app, go offline. Now you're online on that one. You keep going until you don't have any more rides. Then when you're sitting waiting again, turn them both on. That's how it works. So anyways, that's it for today's video. 10 tips for new drivers, new Uber drivers, new Lyft drivers. Thank you so much for watching. Again, check out our sponsor, public.com. You can use my link in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye now.